Okay, this is my first rodeo with this. I don't have any viewers as of yet, but that's okay. I wasn't expecting any. So I am going to just get to it, start doing some crafting and creating. And then if and when anybody joins in, I will just chit chat. So, okay. So one of the things I'm going to be doing is creating a Cricut mug. I have some blanks ready. I have a hat and I have a shirt and I already have a bunch of items printed out. I'm actually going to be doing a sublimation craft today. And I don't know about my volume here with my mic. Okay. Hopefully the light's okay. Oh, I'm gonna be like a school teacher. I'm gonna write. Let's see. We'll write Cricut crafts first. Oh my gosh. I almost spelled first wrong. First live. Okay. So as I'm holding my chalk in my hand, I just want to say that this is something that is an excellent hack if you use glitter heat transfer vinyl, or I have a ton of it over there. I'm not sure how much you can see. Glitter heat transfer vinyl. If you're ever using it, run this piece of chalk over the back. It'll help. Okay, let me throw my chalk out of the way for now. I've been thinking about ordering the perforation blade since I don't have it yet. So, okay, I'm going to turn on my Cricut mug press since that's the first thing we're going to do. And I finally caved and got the Lynn Lily hot glue gun. You guys haven't seen me as of yet make a project with it, but I finally caved and got it because I was sick and tired of having crappy glue guns. So I'm going to get ready to do a mug. So that's the first project I'm going to do. And I have a bunch of little sublimation designs that I printed out. So my sister-in-law is a major artist. She has a graphic design degree and she teaches art at my niece's elementary school. So I'm going to make her a mug, but I have all the sublimation prints are separate. Where are my scissors? You know what I need to do? I think I need to invent a scissor necklace, like reader little straps that you wear, a reader necklace for readers. We need to make one of those for crafters so that we always have our scissors on us. Because I swear to you, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pair I can see right now. Oh, 7. And I couldn't find the ones I wanted. That I had out and ready on the table, of course. Okay, so I am just going to keep going. If anybody actually joins me, please comment in the comment section so I know that you're here and if you can hear me or not. If anybody's watching yet, or when somebody arrives, please comment. Okay, so I made some Christian, I guess, designs too. Well, I didn't make it actually. It's a image in Cricut Design Space, but it's created with a purpose. But I changed the colors And I want to do that on a mug also. But I was also even thinking that that design would be perfect for the sublimation blank hat. So I might fire my hat press up too. So we'll just see how things go. I'm just going to keep rocking and rolling here. So let me see. I've got my little paintbrushes ready to go on the Cricut mug. And then I'm going to do this. So it says teacher, teacher, teacher. This is going to be a gift for my sister-in-law. Her birthday was actually just a couple days ago. I don't know what the odds are, but my husband and my sister-in-law have the same birthday. They were not born the same year, but they were born on the same day. Okay, so might as well get this other one ready. I made enough to make two. I don't know. I think these are cute. I was thinking maybe she could have two mugs or maybe give one. I'm sure she has an assistant or somebody to help her with these art classes. Okay. So I am usually a really clean crafter, but I am not being a clean crafter today. Okay. So let's see. The first thing I need to do is clean this off. And my mug press just beeped, so it's ready. And usually I just use my little squares that come with the infusible ink to clean off my blanks. And then I have this little alcohol spray bottle. I think I picked it up at the dollar store at some point. I don't know. Dollar Tree, somewhere very not expensive. So you want to make sure to clean off your blank. And I am going to clean it nicely. And then I'm going to tape on my designs. Okay, so I have enough for two here. I just want to make sure this is nice and dry before I add my designs to it. So you don't want to have like oils on your hands. You want to wash your hands first and all the good stuff. I am going to use my heat resistant tape. This is my regular heat resistant tape. This is my little, I'm going to call him George. I am a massive George Michael fan, and I think I'm going to have my little George here, my little unicorn. Okay, so I'm going to tape the top and the bottom, and then I'm just going to kind of eyeball this right in the middle. So I want this to be on one side, and then the other side it's going to say the teacher, teacher, teacher. So I'm going to set my mug down here and just kind of eyeball it. And again, this is a sublimation print that I did with my Epson EcoTank printer. It's right here. I have the ET2800 and it's a regular sublimation printer. You just don't put the sublimation ink in it that comes with it. You have to buy sublimation ink, which I linked in the description of this video. So I feel like I have it over a little too far. The thing about it is once you put that on there, then it's going to have like sublimation ink residue. So I'm like, oh, I don't think I want to readjust it. Plus, you cannot sublimate right on either side of the handle in the Cricut mug press. So I was trying to stay away from there. And the actual design here starts right on the corner. So, all right, I'm going to flip this around. So if I had like a bunch of people actually watching, I'd be like, hey, what do you want to know about sublimation? Drop in the comments below. But I don't, this is my first rodeo here. So I had it looked like there were a few viewers at some point, but it might just be that I have my screens opened up. Okay, so today is a dreary day. I live in Michigan and it is rainy. The 100% chance of rain did happen. That's been happening all day today. So it's funky out. It's boring. It's blah. And I just thought, what the heck? I'm going to try live. Why not? I do like the aspect of being able to chat with people, though. So if I had more people out there, I'd be like, hello. That's okay. All right, so I'm going to tape this down. And then with sublimation, you want to make sure that the image is covered. So I'm going to use some butcher paper. And actually, if you haven't checked out my craft room tour video, I redid my craft cart after my craft room tour video. Like I did the craft room tour video, and then like the next day, I was like, I do not like how my craft cart was looking. My husband bought me some washi tape, and I've just been into making journals this year a lot as gifts and things, and even for myself. Like I made a journal to keep track of like our camping plans that I want to do, and I don't know, all the things that I'm dreaming of, and then maybe just a journal just to I forget. Let me grab this. So I made this one. I actually did a video on it. This is just going to be like a random journal, but I tried with laminate sheets. I actually sublimated this. So I took a laminate sheet that you would just laminate with in the machine with the heat press. My husband has one. I actually bought it for him. But I'm like, I wanted to try this out for the heck of it. I didn't do a tutorial on it because the top or the top page here kind of curls up, and I'm like, I want to play around with it a little bit more before I actually do a tutorial on this. But this is, so I found this design in Design Space. It's reading is dreaming with your eyes wide open. And I thought I wanted to maybe take some notes or write some notes when I read books. I have a friend that actually like draws and writes little quotes from the book as she's reading it to help her remember what she's reading, which I think is really cool. So anyways, I've been doing a lot of journaling or using journals and making journals. And I wanted the washi tape out because I thought that it'd be cute to like add the washi tape maybe on the spine or whatever. I don't know, just doing little things with washi tape. I've never used washi tape. I just wish I had somebody here that could comment to tell me, like, do you use washi tape? What do you use washi tape for? Because I've honestly, as of today, have never used washi tape for anything. So I have a whole thing of washi tape. But our mug press is ready, so I'm going to get this fired up. So I have this set up. I'm not sure how well you can see. Actually, I'm blocking it right now. Let me sit over here. Okay. So the top is the same, but I have my little butcher paper down here. And then I have the washi tape on the next row, and then I have my craft cord. And I took all of my ribbon that I had on here that was like hanging down. I felt like I wasn't actually getting in and using underneath my craft cart. So I'm like, I want to get that out of here. And I took pins and stuck them in all of the ribbon that I have. Actually, I'll show you. I am so proud of myself because I stuck pins in all of these. You can see the little pins all over, so I don't have anything hanging down. It just all looks nice. So all my ribbon is put away in my craft closet and it's not in my way, and I have my butcher paper here. So I feel like I'm like squirrel. I'm getting easily distracted. So I have my butcher paper here. I'm just gonna tear some off and wrap it around my mug. Just like that, just to protect it and to protect my heat press. So that if there's any of the sublimation ink coming out on the back side, it's going to get absorbed by this butcher paper. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this in. And it takes about 6 minutes. Okay. So it's going to beep. There's 5 lights on the top of the mug press, and it's going to beep when it's done. So I can just keep on keeping on. I'm not sure what I want to do next. I was going to fire this up and do a t-shirt. So I think I might fire this up and do a t-shirt. I think that would be really good too, actually, because it'll show you that this thing can actually do sublimation. So all right. Hoping someone actually pops in and says hello. Okay, I'm going to keep rocking and rolling here. So I'm going to just put some of this stuff aside for other mugs. I think I want to do created with a purpose for the hat. The thing about it is because of the back side of these hats, like this part right here, it really limits what you're able to do as far as the size with sublimation. So if you do iron on, I've noticed with the hat press, it's a lot easier. But if I do try to do sublimation and it's close down here, this part will not sublimate well at all. And it's really, even if you curl this back, there's just something about the, here, let me take that paper out. I don't even know how well you could see this on my webcam here, but there's just, extra little from having it sewn. It almost feels like cardboard or something in there. It's just really thick and tough, and it won't sublimate underneath here. So definitely just a tip, if you're going to do sublimation in hats, make sure that you do like a whole finger width up. So you really only have this little tiny window. And this hat that I wanted to do, I just feel like it's not going to sublimate good because it's going to come up too high. It's just a little bit too big. See how that is just going to come up a little bit too high. Oh, I also have this little like rainbow with a cross. I want to see if this is bigger or smaller. Thank you for whoever liked this. If you want to comment below if I do have a viewer, I would love to hear it. You know what? I think I'm going to do this little rainbow. I think the rainbow is a little bit, I think it's a little bit shorter. It's going to fit in here. I'm just going to do this little rainbow cross. Okay. So once my mug's done, I'm going to fire up my hat press and we'll do this hat. And to get it prepped, we want to lint roll it. So, hi, Donna. Oh, you're in Canada. That's awesome. I absolutely love Canada. What part? I've been to Toronto. We actually went to Toronto in, well, I guess you're probably telling me, and I don't know where Headingley is. How far away from Headingley or Headingley. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. How far away from Toronto is it? I love Canada. I'm a Michigander, so my my family actually came from the Ukraine 2 generations ago through Canada. So I have like some great aunts and uncles that were born in Canada, and then they moved to Montana. Okay, so I'm going to lint roll this to get this ready. My mug is on the 4th blinking light, and it has to get to the 5th blinking light before we're done. Well, thank you, Donna, for commenting. If you want to share with me how far away you are from Toronto, because I'm not sure where your town is that you're in. But I love Canada. We actually went I went when I was a kid with my family for trips, and then I also went with my family. So my husband and my 2 kids, we went to Toronto. We stayed for a whole week. And my favorite restaurant I ever ate at in my whole life was in Toronto at, I don't know how to pronounce it. I always say Alo, but I'm not sure. It might be Alo. ALO. It's a French restaurant. Okay. It's done. It cooked. I'm going to take it out. So the butcher paper did get a little singy, but it's protecting my heat press. Okay, or my mug press. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off, and then I'm going to turn on my hat press. We'll get this hat press fired up. Okay. I have my cords all organized under here. Okay. So I'm going to turn my hat press on, and I going to have to turn it on high. So you're going to, if you have a hat press or if you watch this back, the hat presses have to be turned up to the high heat when you're doing sublimation for about 26 hours. What? Oh my goodness. That's quite a ways. So it's about 7 hours for me to drive to Toronto from where I live. So I am not far at all. So you must be closer to Alaska, I'm guessing. Have you been to Toronto? I know that's one thing that's funny, like the locals, like even just in my town, there's like certain places that all the tourists go, but I've never been. Okay, so I'm gonna let that hat press fire up, and then when we're doing sublimation on a hat, you want to use the strong transfer or heat resistant tape. So I'm gonna grab my heat resistant tape. So this is the regular heat resistant tape, and then this is the strong resistant tape. It's like a pretty lavender color, but you have to use it because it helps this to stay flat, especially when you're working like on a curved surface. You really want it to like stay tight. And the fabric is not as forgiving as when you're doing like the mugs. So even though that's a curved surface, I didn't have to use the strong tape. It's on there nicely. But when you're trying to tape onto fabric, it's not forgiving. So I think I might have like a little bit of a delay when I'm getting the comments. So I'm sorry. I'm watching, but I haven't seen a response yet. Okay. So where'd my little rainbow go? Oh, there it is. Okay, so the hat press is already ready. So I'm going to use my cross to center this. And then, like I said, you want to be like a finger width up. So I'm going to center this. I'm just going to give you guys fair warning. It is highly possible. Oh, thank you. Thank you to let me know about the volume, and thank you for the craft studio compliment. I appreciate it. It's a work in progress. I really, really wanted to paint my walls. I don't really love the gray. This used to be my youngest's bedroom, and my husband actually is a contractor and a painting contractor, and he does it for a living. So just like plumbers have leaky pipes, when I want something painted, it doesn't get done when I would like it to be. So we're hoping this year, I have an RV, or we have an RV. We're going to actually rent a campsite for like 3 weeks, just right down the road from here. And my husband's gonna paint the house. We're gonna get all new trim color and wall color. So I will be really excited for that. And if you can tell, like this was an accent wall. So the other walls in the house are like this dark taupey beige color. And then this was the accent wall. I want to do a wallpaper on this. So I'm thinking we're going to have a nice lighter beige on the walls, and then almost a white trim. Not quite, but it's going to not be. We have like a really dark trim right now. But yes, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. But I cannot wait to get this repainted. And I really want to do a wallpaper. My husband like rolled his eyes about the peel and stick wallpaper that's come out, but he started doing some for some clients, and it's actually not that bad. So I'm thinking I might try it out. Okay. I feel like that is on there. Okay. And then again, I'm just trying to make sure that my cross is like centered. So that's how you want to, I feel like there's such a glare. There we go. So you want to make sure that you have that taped down really good. And then when I'm actually going to put it on the hat mold, the pressing pillow, you want to fold that back. I know it's black on black, so you probably can't see that very well, but you want to fold that inner part back. And I'm going to put it on my mold. Love this to do hats. Oh my gosh. To have this little pressing pillow. Honest to God, that's why I bought the hat press. Usually you see dupes or companies trying to like copy other companies, but I haven't even on Amazon found a pressing pillow that's like this. So, okay, we are gonna get the hat press out. I'm a little bit further back. I'm gonna move my little mug out of the way. It's still cooling off. We'll check it in just a minute. And I'm just looking to see how I'm doing on time. I got to go get my son from school in about a half an hour. Okay, so this is the scorched piece of butcher paper. I'm going to throw a piece that is brand new and fresh on top. Okay. And I don't know how well you can see that. The other times I've done my hat, I usually do it like this so then I can do a nice press. So I think I'm going to do that this time, even though you won't be able to see it as easily. Okay, so I have it on the third temperature, which is the highest temperature of the high temp. Okay. And I need to do about 60 seconds. Oops, just turned it off. I meant to hit the timer. Doofus. So I think it's automatically at 60 seconds when I hit the play button. I'm just going to go ahead and hit the play button. It's been on, so I know that it's ready. Okay, the difference is I am not going to be moving this around. So on the directions, it tells you to kind of rock it back and forth and move it around. And I am not going to be doing that. I'm just going to holding it in place. And it's flashing, so it is on a timer. Whether it's 30 seconds or 60 seconds is not really going to matter. I feel like it's at 60 seconds. But there's an app that you can use for the hat press, and I have not used it yet. I also need to get a timer. I feel like I need to just get a timer in here so I can use a timer. Oh, while I'm talking, I just realized that I slid. I just don't want to cause any of the smearing or ghosting or anything like that. So, okay, so it was a 60-second timer, and I am just going to hold this on here for a couple extra seconds. Okay. And then I'm going to let it cool to where I feel like I can kind of touch the image, and then I'm going to kind of peel it up and check it. And then if it hasn't completely adhered or infused into my hat, then I'm going to put it back on here. Yeah, it's still pretty hot. Let me check my mug. I think the mug's cooled down enough where I can peel the tape off and show you. Oops. Yeah, it's pretty hot. So I would say if you have a Cricut mug press, you get a Cricut mug press, then I would let it cool off for about 20 minutes approximately. And this could be a total disaster. I have no idea. We are crafting live here. Oh, it looks pretty good. For whatever reason, there's one little blemish at the bottom there. I'm trying to hold this where you're not getting the massive glare. But I think this side looks pretty cute. I like the colors too. I had to go into Cricut Design Space and edit the colors and change them all so that each design on both sides would match and be the same color scheme. Ooh, it's still a little hot. I'm not burning myself, I promise, but it is a little hot. Oh, this side turned out perfectly. Like it doesn't look like there's any ghosting or anything like that. So cute little paint brushes, and then teacher for an art teacher, which is my sister-in-law. Okay, I'm gonna put this back over here because it is pretty hot. So I'm gonna let it continue to cool off on my heat pressing pillow. Do you have any questions? Like, anybody pops in and you have any questions, just let me know. Oh no, yeah, so this didn't sublimate in the top there. So I'm going to put this back down. And I'm going to put some butcher paper back over. Use that one. This is a fresh one, and I'm going to do up to the top there. And I don't want to do that rocking motion because I don't want to cause any ghosting. So what is it like in your neck of the woods? What is the weather like today? I'm just trying to do some extra muscle here, doing quite a bit of firm pressure. Okay, I'm hoping that that helped. And then I'm just going to do the bottom half again, because I feel like the top part and the lower part just don't want to sublimate as well. That's the one thing about the hat press. I haven't had like a perfect project with the hat press with sublimation or infusible ink, but as far as iron on, it has worked beautifully. I just feel like it's been a bust for the sublimation or infusible ink. Okay, so I'm gonna have let that cool off again. Whoops. Well, I'm pretty happy with this cup. Like, I'm super excited. I think it's pretty. And I have enough designs to make more. I just don't want to go overboard with my first live and do too much and be here for too long if I didn't have a lot of viewers, which I've had some come and go, and that's okay too. I'm about like 30 minutes-ish in. Okay, so I think I'm gonna fire up my HTV raw auto heat press. Let's do it. I need to turn my hat press off, although that does have an automatic shut off to it. Okay. So I am going to fire this up and get it ready. I'm going to turn it on. And then I have some presets on here. Forget which one I've been using. I think $3.95 for 40 seconds will be good for me to do a t-shirt. So this one is all I need today is a little bit of coffee and a whole lot of Jesus. So that's what I'm going to do for this shirt. Which I do not have ready at all. And I'm going to need the regular paper. So I'm going to do the feathering method with my paper here because I don't want to like a hard press. So when you do the feathering method, you're just kind of tearing the paper so it's super thin. And it's not like when you cut and there's that hard square box or edge. Oh no. And of course I'm doing it and I got into my design there. Everything that can and will go wrong during my first live is probably what's going to happen today. I'm just thankful I at least had a couple people pop in and out. Okay, so I'm going to feather this. So you're just kind of tearing that paper and getting it really thinned out. You can see that there. And I have a converted sublimation printer. So I took a regular Epson printer, EcoTank, that I purchased brand new, never put the regular ink in it. And then I bought Hippo brand sublimation ink, and it was super easy to do. So I do have like a video on my channel for how to convert a regular sublimation or a regular printer into a sublimation printer if you want to go and check that out at some point. But if you're here now, comment below. to anyone that's here and visiting me right now, I would so appreciate it if you can just say, hey, let me know where you're from and what's your favorite kind of crafting. Okay, so I have this all kind of feathered. So as you can see, there's not like a hard, hello, Darlene from Washington. How's the weather your way today? It is gloomy here and rainy and yucky. So I have this all feathered. I'm going to do a t-shirt. So I'm using the Cricut brand blanks. These are for infusible ink and or sublimation. Because infusible ink is basically, the infusible ink sheets and markers and all that stuff is basically like, 33 degrees there. Yeah, it's about that here. It was 38 this morning. But I think it's been cooling off. It's rainy and just dreary here. Which you guys get a lot of rain out in Washington, don't you? Okay, so this is heating up. I'm going to pull my drawer out. So this is my HTV Ront Auto Heat Press. And I'm going to lint roll my shirt here. So the thing about this is, if you have seams like this, your collar seam, you want to make sure that's hanging off in your lower seams. And if they can't hang off, then you want to take a pressing pillow like this and stick it inside of a shirt with the auto heat press, and then it'll help those seams kind of fall down around the edge and then bring up and raise up whatever you're trying to press. So it is possible to do sublimation and all kinds of things. If you need firm pressure and all that, you just need to use a pressing pillow. I, so far, love this auto heat press, the HTV Ront one. And it's a third, if not a fourth of the cost of Cricut's auto heat press, which I'm not dogging on Cricut because I have like all this Cricut stuff in here. And before I do that, while this is heating up, I want to check my hat again. So my hat, the top of the rainbow just wasn't going in there yet. Still isn't. I'll just let you peek at that a little bit. See how it's just kind of faded right there? I'm going to pop this back on one more time. And you know, speaking of seams, right there is where there's a big seam on this hat. And I think that I got to make sure that my hat press is below that and just do a nice firm pressure on there. It's such a pretty design. I want my hat to come out, and I have a specific friend in mind that I want to gift this to. So I want to get that right. So what is anyone that's viewing now or after the live stream, comment to me what your favorite crafting is. Like for me, it is really just a lot of Cricut stuff. However, when I was a kid, I thrived in art class. I like to do ceramics, and I liked painting. And I was okay with drawing, but not with people. Like I could not do portraits or anything like that. But now I feel like it's like therapy doing crafting. And I just really like doing pretty much anything that involves the Cricut, whether it's printing out images for sublimation or doing iron-on. I'm a boy mom, so I have athletes, and my youngest just was in a basketball tournament, and I forget how many shirts, I think 12 shirts. Let's see if that helped it go down a little bit better. No, it just isn't wanting to work on that. All right, well, I'm going to take this off and see what it looks like for the rest of it. I think that for sublimation and fusible ink, it's kind of a bust on this with the hat press. You have to have it like a really, really small image. I'm just not happy with it for sublimation unless you have a super tiny image. Here's what my hat looks like. Ooh, let's get out of the glare. See how it like ghosted at the top there? And then even in the middle with the cross. Oh, I didn't even notice until just now. Oh no, that's the part of the design. I was like, the green, how it kind of is in there, that's part of the design. So, I mean, it's cute. It's okay, but it's not the greatest for sublimation. So I do like my hat press. I feel like just because I have it too, I've been making more hats and I want to make more hats. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off. And then we can do the shirt. And then I got to go get my kid from school here pretty soon. Well, thank you, Darlene and Donna, for commenting. Anyone else around and about? Is it just Donna and Darlene still with me? Oh, yeah. I'm just bummed out. I really think that if I had the image smaller, that it would sublimate better. But I don't know. It just hasn't been great for sublimation, but the iron-on is fine. There's like a little blemish in this shirt here. I don't know if it's a piece of fuzz in there or what. Oh well. We're just gonna rock with it. Okay. So my philosophy on sublimating with t-shirts is I don't put anything on the inside because I feel like if it happens to go through to the inside of the shirt, it's fine. If it went all the way through to the backside, that wouldn't be good, but I'm okay with it like this. And I honestly was shopping on Amazon last night for the t-shirt measurers to just make it easier. Like when I did the sport basketball shirts, oh, don't turn off on me. I'm still here. Oops. Okay. I'm a hot mess. I accidentally hit the temperature button. Usually if you hit any button, it'll just like you're like, hey, no, I'm still here, but it wanted to change the temperature on me, and then I accidentally shut it off. So whoops. But anyways, I was on Amazon last night looking at those little measure things, and I found one that's just one. Instead of having like a whole set of them, I just wanted one. And I found it, and it's in my shopping cart, but I haven't actually purchased it yet. Just because I feel like I want an easier way to do it. I get so particular when I put these images down. What I use is the retractable fabric. Oh, here it is. Measuring tapes, these. So what I do is I just kind of measure from the armpit to the actual image. So I'm about 7.5 inches on this side and about 7.5 inches on this side. So I eyeballed that pretty darn good. And now I'm just going to tape it down. So thank you for joining me today. I also like doing paper projects. Not sure like what all you guys can see in the background there. I have my little TH back there that I did my paper flowers. I find doing the paper flowers really therapeutic. It's very calming and relaxing. Okay. And then I usually use my Teflon sheets when I'm doing iron-on, but I don't want the ink to potentially seep up into my Teflon sheet. So I'm going to throw butcher paper over. What paper do you use for your flowers? Honestly, I use a lot of Reflections and what are Park Lane cardstock and Reflections cardstock. Those are pretty much the ones that I use. How about you? What do you use for your paper crafting projects? I am going to, oh, butcher. Okay, so I'm gonna throw this over here instead of using the sublimation or the, because I'm doing sublimation, I'm using the butcher paper, and I'm gonna try to pull this back again so that I don't have the seam underneath. Okay, so I'm gonna do $3.95 for 40 seconds, and I'm gonna go ahead and hit my button. Ooh, my little unicorn went for a ride. And actually, this is not really hot. There is a little warning here. Right around the edge is where this gets hot, but I can actually put my hand on this up here and it's not very hot. And it's not hot at all up here. So I love this. I am a total klutz and super clumsy. And I am so thankful to have this because if I had the clamshell, I for sure would be burning myself. Reflection, yes, yep, reflections and oh yeah, recollections. Yes, maybe I'm saying the wrong word. Okay, I'm gonna let that cool off for just a second, and I'm gonna peek at it. And if it hasn't fully sublimated, then I'm going to. Yes, it is HTV Ront Loretta. I love it. I need to use solid core paper because I don't want. Yes, well, you can. You don't want to have to do inking, or you do inking on there. Yeah, sometimes the I do have some solid core pastel that I just picked up. Where is it at? I have some really pretty. Where'd it go? I bet you. Oh, I know where it's at. I have it ready to do a project. So this is solid core. And you're right. It is recollections, right? I don't know why I said reflections, but yeah, you can see the solid core there. It's not white on the edges at all. Oh, you're not good at inking. I've seen it done a lot. And I don't know, there's just so many things. So much to do, so little time. We don't have enough to do all the things. Okay, I'm gonna peek at this and see if it's done. So my thing is I just keep that tape down. I hold down the image, making sure that I'm not moving it at all in case it needs some more pressing. And it looks like it's done. So $3.95 for 40 seconds to do sublimation on a Cricut infusible ink blank shirt. Oh, it looks so good. So good. I am so pleased with this. What do you guys think? Isn't that great? The colors are, I don't know, it's kind of like dreary here. So I feel like maybe the vibrancy of the colors might not be able to be seen on the camera, but what do you think? Yes, I'm telling you, I've seen so many people like not happy with the HTV Ront or scared to get the HTV Ront auto heat press. And I've had nothing but good experience with it. And that's sublimation for 40 seconds. So yes, I have a friend that's going to be getting this as a gift with this hat that I made. Yeah. And so today, if you haven't been here the whole time, I made this hat, which didn't turn out the greatest. So I don't love the hat press for sublimation unless you have a super small image. Or maybe even just something like on the side. Oh, thank you, Loretta. Yeah, Darlene, didn't it turn out great? Okay, so I'm just gonna hang this here so you can still see it. Admire how pretty this is. And then I'm gonna show you the mug I made. So I have my sister-in-law teaches art. Well, not art. She after school does an art program like once a week or something like that. Once a week or once every other week. So it's got the little art utensils. And yes, she has a Cricut too. I got my brother to get her one. So here's my crafts I made live today. In under an hour, we did a t-shirt, a hat, and a mug. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm going to head out in just a few minutes. Thank you, Loretta. I'm going to head out in just a few moments, but thank you guys so much for joining me. And just out of curiosity, are you guys subscribers to my channel? Or did you just happen to like see me live today? Either way, I appreciate you for coming to visit, and I'll have to do this again. I really like the chatting. I'm not sure what time of day is the best time. Hi, Loretta. Oh, great. Yeah, I just tried. I never know, like everybody has different work schedules. Some people work 9 to 5, some people work 3 to 11. So I wasn't sure what time would be a great time. And I just thought, what the heck? But I love the live aspect of it, and I like chatting with people. Ooh, Darlene. Oh, but you're very busy, Loretta. Yeah, I know. I feel you. I have a 22-year-old in college, and yeah. So I don't know. I don't know how much I should share about my personal life, but my ex-husband, which is my 22-year-old's dad, passed away in 2020. Just a bad situation, and my 22-year-old's been going through it. He dropped out of college, and then he decided to go back to college. So he's a stress in my life. I love him dearly, but he keeps me on my toes, and he keeps me busy. And then I also have my 13-year-old that's his 7th grader, and I have to go get him from school here in just a second. But my kids keep me busy. So Loretta, I totally understand. Both were athletes. My youngest is in 3 sports all year round. So yeah, I know. I don't have a set time to do lives, but if anybody now that's here or watches this catches it later, drop in the comments and let me know when a good time for me to pop in is for you. Because I could do weekends and just various times. Well, thank you so much. Hi, Carmela. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure when I'm going to do lives again, but I really enjoy it. I'm just reading Loretta's comment here. My kids are grown and gone, but I volunteer quite a bit and like to craft at home and at our community center. That's great. Yeah, keep busy. Keep busy and keep moving. Like I want to keep going as long as I possibly can. I did a lot of volunteering at my kids' school for like the concessions and stuff like that, but I got burned out doing that with my oldest. I'm like, I feel like I did it enough with my oldest that I can not do it for my youngest. But anyways, I'm gonna head out here just one last time, show you guys my projects for today. So I did the sublimation hat on the sublimation blank, and I do have in the comments, in the description, the printer that I use that I converted for sublimation. I have a video on my channel on how I converted that for a sublimation printer. And then I have the sublimation paper I use, and the ink and all that stuff should be listed in my description. And I always disclose that I may make a commission if you click my links, and I only may make a commission if someone clicks on the link and orders within 24 hours. After that, if somebody puts it in their cart and doesn't order it for a week, then I won't make the commission on it. So I do appreciate you clicking in my links and ordering for me. It's no extra cost to anyone that clicks my links, but I may or may not actually receive a commission for it. Thank you, Loretta. Thank you, Carmela, Darlene. And I had Donna here earlier. Thank you, ladies, for joining me. I appreciate you. And I will do some crafts again next time. And if you have any requests for anything specific for me to do, please comment it. All right, guys, I'm going to sign off. Thanks for joining me.